Hey there. Today we're going to assemble the Rubbermaid Big Max 7x7 storage shed in the space behind me here. Now I thought I was going to have to attempt doing it by myself, but the shed arrived without the package of screws and bolts needed to hold it together. So I had to wait 3 weeks for the parts. The wait was worth it though, because now I have some help and I'm not going to have to do it alone. Look, I'm not going to keep you with long, unnecessary clips, but I do want to have something uploaded to YouTube that is going to be helpful to others. So, with that said, let's assemble a shed. To Rubbermaid's credit, this shed comes with a very detailed manual. It starts with a list of parts. Now that's really handy. The assembly instructions are there right down to the smallest detail. Now this is how the box looked when it arrived. Heck, I should have known there was going to be parts missing as soon as I saw that. But I digress. Let's get back. I started by building a level base using crushed gravel, and then I added and leveled paving stones one at a time. I then cleared all the branches overhead to allow for the height of the shed. Then came the unboxing and laying everything out in order of assembly. Rubbermaid has each part labeled for easy location. Now at first glance it looked like it should be a simple, straightforward assembly, starting, with the floor pieces. After laying them on the prepared base and really being pleased that all was level and looking good, I noticed that the floor pieces were different widths by a full ½ inch. But I went ahead and screwed them together anyway. Then, following the instructions and overlapping the joints where the walls meet, we put the walls in place. Oh, by the way, don't always expect to hear that click when you put them in. And you will get a nice, clean, solid joint. You'll get a satisfying click, however, with each of the clips at the wall joints. Like that. Now each wall joint has 4 of these clips, so it's really a solid connection. The walls are then secured to the floor. That provides a weather-resistant, really attractive finish. Now, the shed is held together with a multitude of screws. Everywhere there's a joint, it's fastened securely with screws. There's heavy metal bars used to reinforce the front and the back walls, and, as I said, there's literally hundreds of screws. Now there's 12 in the roof supports that are in recessed holes, so I strongly recommend getting a magnetic Phillips screwdriver so you don't lose screws. Now the doors are supported by a built-in pin at the top, another built-in pin at the bottom, and a metal hinge in the middle, so they're quite secure. The left door has slide bolts top and bottom to aid in locking the shed. Now, after assembly, I found that the doors needed 2 hands to close. I had to sort of pull them apart a bit in order to close them. So, I thought I'd check to see if the walls were plumb. While I was at it, I made sure the floor was level as well. And sure enough, all the walls are indeed plumb. On a positive note, the doors got easier to close, and they do make for a great weather-resistant closure. Now, attaching the roof is definitely a two-person task. You need one person inside and one person outside. There's two bottom pieces and then a folding piece at the top. Now, even then, I was concerned that the pieces weren't connecting properly. They weren't seating as far down as I'd like. One of us was holding the roof sections down while the other was securing the screws inside. Now, as you can see, they don't seem to be seated as deeply as expected, and one spot concerned me more than the rest. Right here. So I did what any self-respecting DIYer would do. I poured water over it. And I was pleased to see that indeed there was no leaks. Well, it's been a couple of weeks now since the shed was assembled and ready for use. Now, in my opinion, putting this together is definitely a two-person job. And even then, there was some difficulties, as I mentioned earlier. Now, the doors are much easier to close now, but it's still necessary to use both hands. So would I recommend the Rubbermaid Big Max 7x7 shed? Well, at first blush, I'm happy with the shed, with the proviso that we remember it's not a top-of-the-line product. In my opinion, it's a reasonably priced, middle-of-the-pack item. Okay, and all of that said, I live in an area where we have drought during the summer and heat, like right now, and usually some heavy rainfall and snow during the fall and winter seasons. So, I'm going to reserve my final judgment until after I see how the shed holds up during our rainforest-style autumn and winter. Now, I'll post a video next spring and provide the update. So, do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you're notified when the new videos are uploaded. Also, I'd like to hear from you, so please leave me a comment. In the meantime, hey, stay safe and enjoy your day. I'm wishing you peace, health, and harmony. Bye for now.